Hello, welcome to another practice session. Slightly different one today in that I'm kind of songwriting as well. I'm trying to come up with some melodic ideas for this new piece of music that I've started writing, called it The Dream. I've just done a back on track episode for it recently, so I'll put a link above to that. And it uses a concept of harmony that I've recently discovered that I'm very excited about, which is the concept of secondary dominance. So in the key of E minor, the fifth would normally be B minor. And this principle of harmony states that you can substitute a dominant seventh chord in the place of anything that's resolving to the next chord. Basically, you can put a dominant seventh chord wherever you want if you're leading to another chord. So if I want to get to the root, which is E minor, the fifth of E minor is B, just arbitrarily slap a dominant seventh chord in there instead. It sounds fantastic. So you've basically borrowed a chord from a scale that you're not supposed to be in. There is no E flat in E minor. It's supposed to be D up to E. So we've temporarily basically pretended that we're in E major instead. We've shifted key momentarily, but rather than calling it a modulation to a new key, we call it a secondary position instead. It's a secondary dominant because it's not the primary key. We've moved temporarily, and this perfect cadence, the 5-1, sounds so good. It sounds so pleasing to us that you can pretty much put it wherever you want. So this piece of music that I've written has one. This is a B minor. It's not a B7 that falls down to an E minor in the scale of E natural minor. So I'm going to use the whole fretboard, not going to restrict myself today. So normal principles apply. Have to be able to name the note before I can play it, which means I'm going to have to play slowly, because particularly around the kind of fret 11 sort of territory, you know, when I start getting confused between whether that's an E or a B, and I get my strings all mixed up. So I really need to know that that's kind of an F sharp and therefore legal, but this D flat here isn't. So because I need to be able to specifically and actively know that information, it's not subconscious yet. I need to take it fairly slowly. But anyway, let's see what we can do.
Starting to figure out where it lives. A few fluff notes, but not bad. Reasonably happy with it. Travelling over the fretboard seems to be coming a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, I didn't make too many fluff notes then. That wasn't too bad. The melodies weren't amazing, but that's because I'm trying so hard just to name the next note I'm about to play. So it's a little bit difficult yet to be like fully creative. There were some pitch bends that were kind of crap, but for the most part, quite nice. It seems that when you're on the dominant 7, you kind of want to take the whole thing up to the major. It seemed a little bit weak, kind of trying to play a B major chord and then playing that D underneath, which is the flatted 7th of the scale. It's not supposed to be there when you're playing the major chord, so whether or not that tension's okay as a chromatic note, it's all a discretion kind of thing, isn't it? Right place for the right time. So yeah, pretty happy with that. I think that went well. This concentrating on different perspectives to look at the fretboard, I think is absolutely invaluable. My last couple of sessions were both in C major and C minor. I know they were different variations of C minor, weren't they? And this time, just moving to a new key gives me different notes to practice on. I'm finding real difficulty with the F sharp. I keep interpreting it as a D flat or C sharp, get these two strings mixed up. So when I look at that fret in complete isolation, you know, without any other context around it, it's just kind of really trying to nail that that's an F sharp. I think concentrating on the difference in tonality between the minor and the major has helped me with these E flat D kind of situations. So that's really helped get that note, and I'm still in this process of finding an excuse to learn that fret. You know, out of this session, the E flat was the strongest note that got remembered the most. You know, that's now a little bit deeper, but it's all good stuff. And as I say, this is a song that I'm actively writing. This isn't some blind, you know, dry theory. I've used the secondary dominant in the scale, in the song. You know, it's there as a functioning chord, and it sounds better than the B minor that would have been there if I hadn't known that it existed. So harmony for the win. Hope you enjoyed this session. If you did, please consider subscribing, hit notifications. See you for the next episode. Thanks a lot.